Man, we're gonna get smacked into this Bel-Air recap, right? This is episode 5. But my thing is, I see a lot of people on social media giving Will and Lisa a hard time, like, oh, how could you date your cousin's ex? And I be looking at my phone like, oh, so y'all ain't never hit the switch button on your brother, old Joan, like it was really nothing. And you gotta think about it. Let's just go real into the what was that? I can't remember if it was episode 1 or 2 when she was saying, oh, I never even knew Carlton had a cousin. He never talked about him. So if it's that level of shade where Carlton ain't never mentioned Will to Lisa, he never talked about, oh yeah, I got a cousin that stay in Philly. It's fair game because you didn't, and I'm not saying that he downplayed Will, but you ain't never talk about me. So it's just like with that situation, even for Lisa, she free game. And come on, bro, I get it. It's 2022. Y'all be trying to throw in all these little weird rules and stuff for how people supposed to move, and like the old ways ain't the old ways. Well, I'm old enough to know, like, if it ain't, bro, it's fair game. If you ain't married or y'all don't got kids together, she ain't off limits. And especially for Will and Carlton, they lived in 2 different states. There's no way any of this can be on limits. It can't be like, I don't owe Carlton. Like, I'm Will, what do I owe Carlton for real? Like, let's be real. Me and Shorty catching the vibe, it is what it is. Like, you want me to not talk to her? Why? Because a cousin that I ain't really cool with? Like, don't get it twisted. I think a lot of people are compartmentalizing this as in, like, you're thinking of Will and Carlton from the original Fresh Prince. Like, they're bond together. And I can't even say they're bond together because you watch old Fresh Prince episodes. They always used to have their little thing between women. Matter of fact, they had a beef between Queen Latifah. If I can remember, yeah, it was Queen Latifah. I almost want to say on the original Fresh Prince. But just as even for men, and this is just friendly competition, and let's just maybe, like I said, if you're watching Bel-Air, I feel like you should be of a certain age. That even kind of go into friendly competition of dudes, how like when we used to go to house parties and who can get the most numbers and this, that, and the third. Or even if you lived in a neighborhood, an actual neighborhood, or even a hood, it's always the one girl that everybody wants. This still my man. And you say sometimes in the neighborhood, your neighbors is just like family because we see each other, we play with each other every day. We like, if your parents may go somewhere, you probably spend the night in my house, whatever the case may be. It's still fair game. We all chasing the same girl in the neighborhood. It's the neighborhood girl that we're all trying to date. So I don't get how people sit on social media, but I get it's that 2022 weird social media thing y'all like to do. Bro, Lisa is fair game. Carlton ain't never mentioned Will, so she ain't know when she met him. Like, come on, now I already like this dude. Now I'm supposed to, for Carlton, bro, y'all watching how Carlton behaving? You want Lisa to say, I don't want to date this or talk to this stable, charismatic, real black swag, Will Smith. You want me to be loyal to the cokehead Carlton, who only thing black about him is his skin. Are y'all serious right now? What we talking about, bro? You would, it's no way in hell. And you got to think about it. I don't know how everybody in the family know, because it seemed like the mom know that Carlton like the candy party, right? But I'm 100% positive his dad don't know. I think Lisa knows. And she may not even know. We know Will know. But you would be loyal to a cokehead? Are we being serious right now? Like, y'all want somebody to be loyal to a cokehead. How many, matter of fact, let's play a game. How many cokeheads do y'all even know, period? You probably know none. You probably stay far away from them. So, like, come on, bro. Like, stop it. We not about to do it like that. We ain't about the 2022, these rules with the Bel-Air. We not about to do it. One, I'm mad that I even had to wait till episode 5 to get an amazing reboot right now. I mean, not amazing reboot, but an amazing recap. But I'm going to be here with y'all each and every week from now on. Like I said, the 5 episodes. And I think it's kind of even weighted because it gives you a little bit more conversation of the characters and actually who these people are. And we can kind of tie that into Hillary. And I feel like Hillary is dealing with something right now that a lot of women deal with on social media. And dudes may deal with it in a different way. Where it's like, you do one thing and you kind of like, you may even been on the fence about posting it on social media. But then you see, you get a bunch of likes. Oh, you getting rave reviews. I might have to try it again because it's working. And you know what your normal posts get. And this is outstanding from your normal post. Like, let's be real. We all got social media. We have all done it. I'm sure I can go down on any of y'all pages right now. You send me your Instagram and I may look at it and maybe some things is real, like, kind of sketchy, but it probably worked for you. That's your most liked junk. So guess what? That bathing suit picture that hit, You can't wait to go on that next vacation. And I'm gonna tell you how some bad, and this is why you shouldn't be judgy, because I know for some women it be so bad you can't even wait to go on vacation to get that hit again. You post a picture of you trying on the bathing suit. You post that video of you in the dressing room putting it on, because that attention, them likes that you get is unmatched. So you gotta get that high again. But at least for Hillary, that opened up a door for her to do the Victoria's Secret jump. Now don't get it twisted. Let's slow down and let's play around with it a little bit. I could feel Jazz, because he's kind of thinking she got more integrity than what she delivered. But again, Jazz, you just meeting her. And don't get it twisted. I think for Hillary, her moral compass, you know what's wrong. And again, I think we all deal with it. It's some things, bro, I don't want to post this. Even when it comes, you can even just tie this into just like certain TikTok dances. If you of a certain age, you can, bro, I know for a fact you just don't get up and feel like doing that dance. But the FOMO kicks in of like, dang, I seen everybody else do the whatever the little jumps that y'all be doing. Like you tried. You in your 30s, you know you shouldn't even be trying these weak dance moves. Like this ain't even in your wheelhouse, but you tried it. Why? Because you seen everybody else do it. You seen them get engaged with you. Probably like, I can do it. I used to have moves back in the day. I used to do the Cabbage Patch or the Running Man. Like, yeah, all right, so what? Or you may got a mean Millie Rock that you still want to get off that you feel like the rest of the world ain't see. Like, come on, bro. Like this, like, so I get it. Jazz thought she had way more integrity than that. And she seemed very upset when she was explaining it. But it's kind of like, even when she showed it to her mom, right? It was like, the mom kind of was just like, no, don't tell your dad about it, because you need to figure this out. Like, you run into your dad and him to get to take it and get you to take it out of this house, then that is almost just like you living in the pool house again. Like you're relying on us to come and always save you when times get hard. No, you need to figure it out. You wanted to put your big girl panties on and you wanted to move into this house and prove that you can do it without us. Then slow down. Let it play out and prove that you can do it without us. And don't get me wrong, and I think she thought that she was and of course, and realistically, in hindsight, we have all seen way worse on social media. So that video that she posted, it wasn't too crazy. Because don't get it twisted, a lot of her outfits, I think maybe the delivery and the talking of the video made it a lot more sexual. Because she had outfits where she was like what was it, like the see-through chandelier type. I can't remember the exact episode, but she had some like really revealing outfits. Because don't get it twisted, Hillary got amazing legs. So they play on her showing how good her legs look on every episode. So it's kind of like, I understand, like because I guess it was a more lingerie and it wasn't just a sexy outfit, but it was just like, I think that revealing sign of relief for her when she went into that party and she was checking old boy on it, and then the black couple walk up to her like, oh girl, we seen your video, I love it, boom, you making it look cool for black women to still be able to cook and still look sexy, and which is a thing, because don't get like, I do think that cooking gets even a bad stereotype towards it. Like women be like, I ain't about to be in the house cooking for no man, but whatever the case may be. Like those little arguments do always still happen. But the way she did it, where it was very sexy, sexual, where it made it like, oh, I wouldn't mind cooking that with that on for my man. He, like, you feel me? So it leaves that up to imagination. And then for men, oh, let's be real, most men are creeps. You're gonna watch that video. You may watch it a couple times because she did look amazing. So for her to get that confirmation off the rip, and then him come with the, oh, well, Victoria's Secret wanted to meet you. You sure you want me to delete it? You want to talk to them and see what they talking about first? And then it was kind of like, for me, it was like, Jazz kind of threw me off when she was just like, they gonna offer me $15,000 or whatever the case may be. I forgot the exact, like, I knew it was 15. The number was 15,000. I can't remember the exact details on how often they was giving her the 15,000. But he was kind of like, oh, so your soul can be bought? Bro, she wasn't making no money at all. So it's not, I'm not even going to sit here and say her soul was bought, but it's just like, bro, I'm of course, quote unquote, her level of broke is living in a Bel-Air mansion. So it's a lot different. So maybe that's why he's trying to hold it. But bro, going from making $0 to making 15 racks, like a post or however often they was going to give it to her, like, yeah, all right. Hey, moral compass buddy, you can kick it because you ain't giving me 15 bands. And I think that's something where realistically, if you even tie that into a lot of rappers, and you could tie it into like the diss songs is clicking for me. I probably really don't want to diss nobody because I don't want to move around with a bunch of security, but this is what's getting the most views on YouTube. This is what's getting people talking. I've been making music for a couple years, a couple months. Nobody cared. I dissed this person at work. it's hard for me to sit here and say I'm gonna stop dissing now. Cause it worked. Like, so I get it for Hillary. It's kind of like, and I think sometimes you gotta switch the scenarios up to make it digestible so everybody can kind of wrap their brain around it and be like, I don't know if I would delete it too. I probably would have took the 15 racks. Like this, think about it right now. You got $0, or I don't like. You got $0. You on your own. Somebody offer you 15 bands. Are you really gonna turn it? It ain't like she was on there doing nothing too crazy. Like a lot of Hillary outfits be very sexy already. She has a sexy energy about her, and I think that's one of the things that we all even love to her. Like to me, and this is why Bel-Air is so fire. Like I think we all go into it, and you know the Fresh Prince. Like bro, your favorite character 9 times out of 10 was Will Smith, and we talking about the original Fresh Prince. But this Bel-Air, for me personally, and people I've communicated with and I've seen on social media, Hillary may be the favorite of this show. So think about a show that was built on Will Smith, and his character is still, don't get it twisted, I ain't making it like this is a for sure landslide. It's Hillary. It's a good conversation of where it's debatable. It's worth the conversation on who's your favorite character. Is it Will or is it Hillary? So it's just like that way they're laying her character out is very relatable, and I think it's a lot of things that people deal with quietly in their head because you do live in a day and age. Even if you don't want to be an influencer, social media plays a lot parts on maybe your free time, maybe not your everyday day-to-day life, but your free time. It has some play on your head on what you want to post, on how you want your post to look, and how the reactions you want, because that's why some people only post their highlights. If that was the case, people post everything, and absolutely, don't get me wrong, it's some people on social media who do post a bunch of memes, post everything, whatever. They don't care. You're gonna get them how they live. But it's way more. 80% of the room is highlights only. When I'm at my best, when I got my lashes done. For men, when you got a haircut. I'm being honest with you. That's why I'm at episode 5. I ain't get a haircut. I'm just now. So let's be completely honest. Okay, episode 5, I got a cut. Now, boom, I'm here with y'all every week. But I wouldn't have just came on the jump rough and rugged. I'm just being honest. Just a moment of transparency. Let's get back into the episode, right? Let's get into, bro, Michael Ealy plays the same exact person on every entire thing he is. He is Mr. Steal Your Girl. Because whatever I'm pretty sure y'all had almost canceled Trey Songz. So we can put that for Michael Ealy now. Michael Ealy is Mr. Steal Your Girl on from being married, Jane. I think the only movie I seen him, what was the joint on Netflix when he was up under the lady couch and he was like the super stalker? I think that's the only thing I ever seen him in. Like, and he's one of them dudes, he played a long game on every movie. He gonna give you that smooth, hey baby girl voice. He gonna give you them eyes. He gonna look in you, make eye contact. And listen, the man got amazing eyes. Them eye contacts, I don't care for any human. It's gonna make you kind of look like, all right, bro, you got it. So he come with that smooth voice and he come with them an amazing eyes, and he plays the long game. He don't force himself. He don't rush it. He is okay with taking his time to get what he wants. He plays the long game very well on every show and every movie. Like, I really kind of almost be like, bro, what's his man therapist? What is his home life like? Like, what? Nobody never be like, bro, you don't ever want to play a drug dealer. You don't want to play a robber. You don't want to play nothing else but the Mr. Steal Your Girl. And everything he plays, Mr. Steal Your Girl. And he always knows how to wait the long game. Like, he never rushed. He's not a rusher. He is a take your time type of gentleman. And we got to appreciate Michael Ealy for that. But just even that eye contact, right? That they making when they having that conversation and that talk, and how Aunt V she just making that, she talking to him and she just looking real like lustful with it. Her eyes is real lustful. And I'm like, damn, thank God Uncle Phil comes soon as he get to talking too crazy, Uncle Phil, boom, here come Uncle Phil. Yeah, it is about that time. It looked like I came just in the nick of time. Because Uncle Phil, like, that's the second time. The episode before that, he caught them in that room and they was looking at that painting. That eye contact and that chemistry, bro, you cannot deter good chemistry. And it ain't just about on-camera chemistry. It's that chemistry you see people out in public and be like, oh, they really like each other. And that's that chemistry Uncle Phil keep walking in on. And he's not dumb. Uncle Phil not going out like that. That's why off the rip he told Jeffrey, nah, you got it. We're going to get into Jeffrey in a minute. Because I ain't seen Jeffrey clean absolutely Nathaniel the entire 5 episodes. And y'all got to think about it. Jeffrey on the Fresh Prince was a cleaner's cleaner, bro. He always cleaning that vase. Jeffrey in that vase was going to always get it in, or he was always in the kitchen trying to, fix Uncle Phil something. But anyway, we're going to get back into that. That look and that lust for between Aunt V and And Michael Ealy, it's him doing him, but she's falling for it. And then you hear later on in that conversation when Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv is having that conversation on the bed, and he kind of really, and this is something that I think is a huge conversational piece, is just like, he felt like he did everything for her. You didn't want to work, you wanted to be a mom, I gave you that option. I made that happen. That's something that you said you wanted to do. I made it happen. Now you got resentment for me towards it. It's just like, I gave you the life that you asked for. I didn't ask for you to be a stay-at-home mom. That's what you chose and what you wanted to do. And now you have resentment for me on that. And then when he was even saying, like, I was your biggest fan. I was supporting you. And everybody else wasn't feeling your art. I was still supporting you. I was holding you down. I was the one always cheering you on. So I'm kind of lost on how you find the comfort in this man and saying he knows you, he's motivating you, he just sees you for your art. Like, huh? I don't? I was your biggest supporter. What you mean? When everybody else was giving you, like, nah, saying your pains wasn't hitting, I was still there. I was still pushing you and encouraging you to do it. And that, like I said, that's the big talking point of where how come what your partner says, the validation that your partner gives you is not enough. Why isn't it that enough? And you can tie that back into social media. That's why people crave the attention for social media. You will see a lot of women, like, and it's always the running joke, like when the matching pajamas come up and Valentine's Day come up, and you be like, oh, this person in a relationship? You never knew because of the lustful pictures that they always post, and they never put in the most significant other because they're always craving attention from the world. And that attention that your husband ain't giving you or your partner ain't giving you ain't enough. And that's what hurt. And I was like, that's not Uncle Phil being insecure. That's him kind of like, bro, I've been holding you down. I've been rocking and rolling with you this entire time. And now you kind of like, you throwing it back in my face like that wasn't enough, or I made you become a stay-at-home mom. That wasn't me. That's what you chose to. And basically what it sounds like, she gave up on her dreams. And that was her scapegoat to be, I'm gonna have these kids and I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. I'm gonna help raise these kids. And you gotta think about it. For 15 years, what is Ashley, like 12? Bro, you could have been got back in the field. I never stopped you from doing nothing, but now it's like you wanting to, at the height of my career, where I'm trying to go next level in the politic game, now you want to seek attention from other places. So now it's realistically, now you're becoming a distraction. I'm obviously, as you've seen, he went all the way to San Diego. They live in California. I want to say, what's that, like a 3 or 4 hour drive? I don't know the exact time frame on it because I don't live in Cali, but I want to say it's like a 3 or 4 hour drive. You made me do all that, and you see, realistically, we literally just had an argument. You got upset because I put more money into my campaign. So now that's money already gone, but now I already spent the money. Now I'm taking time away from the campaign because you're making me feel like I'm not doing the right thing. Like I'm kind of lost on what's going on. And it's just like, and it shows him pulling his heart out and reminding her all the sacrifices he made for her previously when she wanted to be an artist, when nobody else was supporting her. She still was like, I think you should go home. She didn't even take the whole entire night to get over it and think on it. Immediately what she do. And that's just like perfect example. You can tie it into social media and how humans act now. Soon as you get on a breakup, first thing you do, run up on your Insta story, start making subliminal posts, or what y'all do now, 2022, or last year, heavily, 2021, y'all post Justin LaBoy memes. You want the world to know, like that's how she act. She didn't even give it a chance. Basically what Aunt Viv did was post Justin LaBoy memes. The relationship in a rocky road, she get to throwing up Justin LaBoy memes. So instead of Justin LaBoy memes, she just actually went and immediately went and got drinks with old boy. And didn't even question him on the stuff that Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil had a legit reason to kind of feel some type of way, like, oh, this is his move. He found artists who were hungry. He got the platform to give them. He beat them and sent them about their way. And never helped them achieve their goals. And that's the first thing Uncle Phil said. Oh, so what happened to these women? What's their career looking like right now? He mute. He don't have no answer for that. Because you already know what he do. He used his platform. That's almost like, I'm not going to say it's the Me Too movement, but it's kind of like that's the premises of what the Me Too movement was built on. Men in power using their power. Let me sleep with these women and keep it moving. We ain't going to cancel Michael Ealy Curry today. That's just me just being a thinker and really paying attention to the details that's in front of me, right? Cool. So it's just like, but she literally still went on and drinking with this man. It's not even just a casual conversation. You drinking, you starting to look at him, bubbly eyes again. Like, that's probably most of the only like left turn that is very upsetting with me with Bel-Air. It's just like, damn, bro, we grew up with a happy family with the Bankses. We ain't never seen the infidelity. We don't know how it's gonna play out, but I don't like Michael Ealy. I don't like that energy that Aunt Viv giving him, and it's kind of like. But again, I said like the bigger takeaway from that whole entire conversation is, why isn't your partner's validation enough? Because as you can see, obviously for Aunt Viv, what everything Uncle Phil did for her, it wasn't enough. All that rooting and cheering, it wasn't enough. But she liked when Michael Ealy root and cheer for her and get deep and tell her how amazing her paintings was. She don't even know that Uncle Phil dropped a 20 piece on you. That to get that ball rolling and get you to thinking that people really, Uncle Phil did it. But of course, it's cool. Y'all can say, oh, that's just Uncle Phil being insecure. He didn't want the buddy to outdo him. Cool, if that's what you want to say and that's what you take from it, fine. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. I'm not going to hold y'all up too much longer. Just let's get into Carlton. Matter of fact, the MVP of this entire episode was the young lady, Aisha. Shout outs to Aisha. Because, boy, she read Carlton for absolute filth. She took Carlton to church on Sunday service and made Carlton have to... He felt like he got in front of T.D. Jakes on that one. You wasn't ready for that message, but you needed to hear that message. Aisha told Carlton, like... And he was like, no, I got thick skin. Tell me about myself. And he got very defensive because he was like... Oh, because I like she was just like, bro, you play lacrosse and you do realistically, let's be real, let's call it spade a spade. She's like, bro, you do all the white boy stuff. You'll never really kick it with the black people at the school. You'll never come to none of our meetings. You'll never try to engage with us. Like you act like you not black. And he got very defensive. Like, what you mean? Because I play lacrosse and I like the that don't make me black? Guess what? I'm going to, and this won't sound crazy, I'm going to say yes, it doesn't, because guess what? Doing that, when they was playing lacrosse in that game, or what was that, practice? And he was like, yeah, there's something they can't take from us. In which, hey, can I speak for the black community? Hey, guys, guess what? We do not want to take it from you. And that's why him playing lacrosse stands out like a sore thumb, because it's just like, bro, I don't even, I don't know where y'all live at when you may be watching this, but let's be real. A lot of schools, is predominantly black schools, don't even have a lacrosse team. So him getting defensive on that, and maybe again, like if he grew up in Bel-Air, so that may be all he know. But it's just like she read down a list of like, bro, you just don't entangle with us. And that's why when don't get it twisted, at that time he was butthurt. And it made him feel some type of way. But in the back of his mind, it still sat with him. And that's why when he got into it with Connor, and he was making eye contact with Shorty the whole time, like, no, I heard you. I'm going to hold us down. I got it. I understand what you were saying now. Like, in the moment, he let his emotions get the best of him, and he couldn't take the criticism that she gave him. But the criticism was definitely a need, and you had to sit with it. He had to deal with it. Like I said, Aisha was definitely the MVP of this episode by far. And then it's so crazy, like even how like, and of course I'm kind of all over the place, and I'm just like doing the thing with the characters. But even how like, bro, he kicked him out of the party. He called the police. Like that right there. And of course, Carlton's so butthurt about Lisa and Will coming from upstairs. He not going to miss the whole thing. But this is why, like, bro, black people don't play them type of games with each other. We're not calling the police on you. Like, come on, bro. Like, and don't get me twisted. I'm sure some of us do petty stuff. You may, like, you get into a little argument with your piece. You may report their page on the gram or something. Flag a fly picture. Like, you may do something petty like that, but bro, he called the police on this man. Like, that's of course, that's Karen games. I'm not even going to just say that's white people games. That was some Karen shit right there. Let's be real. And that just wasn't, and that was kind of crazy. And that can tie us into, real quick. That hit Carlton put on Slim was an amazing hit. But anyway, let's tie that back in because I just left off with Will and Lisa coming downstairs. And shout outs to Lisa for knowing what she wants. She definitely took charge. And then shout out and then I also want to shout out Peacock for allowing us to know what took place, but not making it too graphic. Like they didn't go too outlandish with their sex scenes, which I do appreciate. Because sometimes you kind of like, bro, these is kids we supposed to be watching. Like I don't understand how some shows do that. Like, bro, they supposed to be high school kids, and y'all about to make it a whole porno. Like, relax. That's why I appreciate. I shout out to Peacock for keeping it PG-13 with that situation. But even just like, in perfect example, when Uncle Phil told Will early in that episode, do Lisa know what happened to you? Why you really here? And it was just so funny when he said that because we didn't know that that's how it was going to play out. But then you watching Lisa ask, Will, like, we could be honest. Let's keep telling each other secrets. Boom, boom, the case may be. Uncle Phil told him, do not tell this girl why you here. You got to be careful. And that's why. And but all the stuff that Uncle Phil said, because like her father was just corny with it. Like what he was really saying wasn't even valid because it just don't even matter. But what Uncle Phil was telling Will was the real deal, and it all played out in that room. Because as men, when you really like a woman, those things tend to happen. You get, and that's how even the term quote unquote pillow talking became a thing. Because men get real lovey-dovey and get, when there's a woman you really like, you get to talking too much. You get being too vulnerable, you let your guard down. And that's what was happening. No, we don't know because they kind of skipped over that. Like, Will looked like he held it down and didn't explain it. Now, hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed that he didn't actually end up telling her why he was actually there. But, I don't know. And her secrets that she was giving was, bro, come on. Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. them secrets that she was giving was not hitting on absolutely nothing. Like, bro, these ain't even secrets. I'm not about to tell you that I banged a glizzy on a. No, I'm not about to tell you that. I'm not about to tell you that I was getting into it with a killer and you giving me these mediocre PG. These ain't even PG-13 secrets. You giving me PG secrets. Like, bro, we ain't even about to do it like that. That's not what's about to happen, right? But again, just. Even how the police came in there, I seen people say this, and it did make sense. Like, bro, y'all in Bel-Air, you the police in Bel-Air, you don't know who live in the big mansion, and there's only black kids live there. Like, y'all really coming in there like, oh, who lives here? Do you really live here, bro? You work in this area. I know you don't work in no other area. How many other black people live in this neighborhood? As a matter of fact, how many other black people live in this neighborhood, and how many other black people live in this big ass house? Let's keep it a buck. Like, y'all guys, let's be real. Like, some things is kind of like, all right, bro. I hear you. Like, don't, like, come on. What we really doing? Then she get on the phone. As soon as you talk to her, oh, my dad is sheriff, such and such. Are you for real? Can I ask you a question, sir? How do you not, like, I need to know how many black people actually work at this police department. And this is the sheriff. From what I've seen, when it was all major events so far, hey, guess who was with her? Her dad. So you're telling me, your sheriff, you didn't know the black officer on your department has a daughter. You didn't know that. You didn't recognize who, because I thought when she came down, he was going to recognize who she was off the rip. And he didn't. Like, make this make sense? Like, yeah, that police officer was playing super too dumb for me. But anyway, they left and got out of there. I do kind of want to see what's Carlton's response really going to be. That's one of the big two takeaways I'm waiting for with episode 6. I want to see how Hillary is really going to play out with these opportunities that's laid on the table for her for being more sexual on her Instagram page and her YouTube channel, I guess. And I want to see how Carlton is going to respond to seeing Will and Lisa come down the stairs together. And you can honestly see, again, when we talk about chemistry, you can see the chemistry between Lisa and Will is unmatched, especially comparing it to like Lisa and Carlton's. And perfect example where I can tie this into another show. Like, we all kind of like, and that's why people was like Team Lawrence, right? When we talk about Insecure, you seen like her and light skinned buddy with the green eyes with Issa and buddy with the green eyes from Houston. I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head. Their chemistry on camera always was kind of, it seemed like they was just forcing something. Like, it was there, but it seemed like it was forced. But that camera time, every time it was her and Lawrence, you could tell that chemistry. It didn't matter if they went months without talking. Every time they linked up with each other in front of each other, it was undeniable. And that's the same type of chemistry you get when you see Lisa and Will. It's undeniable. And I guess a small takeaway y'all can take from this clip, if you dating somebody, bro, don't sleep on chemistry. Don't sleep on them feelings and that googly feeling you get around somebody. bro, some of that stuff is undeniable. Some of that stuff you just can't replace. And the cool thing is, their characters are so young, but they see it. Like, they can't deny that. Even when, like, Will was supposed to stay away, he couldn't stop from making eye contact with her. And it was all the way across the room. But that eye contact still always mattered. That chemistry that they got together, you just can't beat it. And both of their parents told them, nah, y'all don't need to see each other. Boom, boom. Even how they were sneaking before practicing and kissing each other. Like, bro, that chemistry, you can't deny it. And I think that makes for amazing TV. And again, that was just my recap from episode 5. And again, we got to figure out, like, I just need one episode to give us a real backstory on Jeffrey. Because Jeffrey be throwing me off. Jeffrey is real live giving, like, my hitter. Like, he giving that, like, yeah, I'm the top shooter. Like, he really, like, we need a real backstory on Jeffrey. Again, I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm coming right back with y'all next week. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Watching these shows, and that's why I gotta watch a lot of shows. And I probably realistically I make these videos probably for Snowfall, for Tommy's Force for sure. So we ain't gotta wait a week to see each other again. Just like I said, like, subscribe, do whatever they tell y'all to do on YouTube. I'll definitely be right back here with y'all later on sometime this week.